Today we'll be discussing about Buddhism in Taiwan and Vietnam. In my last discourse, I was speaking about Buddhism in China. During the Yuan dynasty, Tibetan Buddhism became the state religion. During the Ming rule, that is 1368 to 1644, the Chan school became the dominant tradition in China, and of all monks, they were affiliated with Chan. In the 17th century, Buddhism was spread to Taiwan by the Chinese immigrants. Buddhism was brought to Taiwan during the Dutch colonial rule, when settlers from Chinese province of Fujian, the Guangdong, they came to Taiwan. The Dutch, who controlled Taiwan from 1624 to 1663, in 1662, Kokshan drove the Dutch from Taiwan. His son, Zheng Jingzheng, established the first Buddhist temple in Taiwan. During this period, Buddhist practice was only for the funeral and the memorial service. It was not for all other things, but only for the funerals and memorial services. Then, when the Qing dynasty took control of Taiwan in 1683, large number of monks came from the Fujian and Guangdong provinces to establish temples, particularly those devoted to Gudian, and a number of different Buddhist sects flourished during this time. Monastic Buddhism, however, did not arrive in Taiwan till 1800s. Buddhism during the Japanese rule over Taiwan. During the Japanese rule from 1895 to 1945, many schools of Japanese Buddhism came to Taiwan to propagate their Buddhist teachings, the way they understood Buddhism. These were Kegon, Tendai, Shingon, Rinzai, Sota, Jodoshu, Jodoshinshu, and Nirchen, and many Taiwanese Buddhist temples came to be affiliated with one of these, because the Chinese because the Japanese, when they took control over Taiwan, many Japanese monks came here and established their different schools, and the Taiwan Buddhist temples, they were under pressure or voluntarily. They sought affiliation with one of these temples established by the Japanese monks. Then, with the defeat of Japan in the World War II, Taiwan fell under the control of Chiang Kai-shek. Chiang Kai-shek government took control of this particular area with the defeat of Japan in the Second World War. In 1949, a number of mainland monks, that means the monks from China, fled to Taiwan alongside Chiang's military forces. They came with Chiang Kai-shek, with his military forces, and naturally they received the preferential treatment by the new regime. Its authority began to decline. In 1960s, when independent Buddhist organizations began to be permitted, and especially since 1987's lifting of martial law in Taiwan. When martial law was lifted in Taiwan during 1987, many independent Buddhist organizations started operating in different parts of Taiwan. Buddhism experienced a rapid growth since then in Taiwan following the war, which has been attributed to the immigration of several Buddhist teachers from China, and after the defeat of nationalists in the Chinese Civil War, we find the growth of humanistic Buddhism. So, Buddhism in Taiwan was but an extension of Chinese Buddhism, but during different times, during the rule of different rulers, whether it is colonial, whether it is Chiang Kai-shek government, so the religion continued to change from one from the other, and it is only in 1987, when the martial law was lifted in Taiwan, Buddhism experienced a rapid growth amongst the people of Taiwan. Then, one of the schools was known as humanistic Buddhism. Now, what is this humanistic Buddhism? Humanistic Buddhism is something to do with the human beings. So, what is this humanistic Buddhism? It is a form of Buddhism which promotes a direct relationship between Buddhist communities and the wider society. It was to connect the society with Buddhist communities. It was also known as the society or socially engaged Buddhism. Here, the religion got itself engaged with the society. It focuses on the improvement of society through participation in aspects like environmental conservation. Humanistic Buddhism is thus a major distinguished trait of modern Taiwanese Buddhism. Now, humanistic Buddhism traces its origin, its root, to Chinese monk Venerable Taixu from 1890 to 1947, who wanted to reform the continuous focus on ritual and ceremony. Taixu promoted more direct contribution to the society through the Buddhist community, and he has a significant influence. His teaching influenced significantly to Master Yung Shun, who is generally considered to be the figure who brought humanistic Buddhism to Taiwan. Now, this humanistic Buddhism, there are two figures who are the major influences of the Buddhist teachers that shaped modern Taiwanese Buddhism. One of the very fast private networks of Buddhist centers was that of Xing Yun, who was directly inspired by Taixu. Xing Yun founded Fokongsang in 1967. Another major figure was Master Cheng Yen, a direct student of Yung Shun, who founded Chuji, which is Taiwan's largest Buddhist organizations of charity. So, when we are talking about humanistic Buddhism, by the name itself, we find the religion here got engaged with some social activities and with society. And the champion of this, the person who is more responsible for this humanistic Buddhism, was Master Hing Sun, who founded Fokongsang in the year 1967. Now, when I am talking about Buddhism in Taiwan and coming back to Vajrayana school, Vajrayana is one of the schools in the Mahayana fold itself which gained popularity in Taiwan. as Tibetan lamas, this kind of Buddhism, this school of Buddhism is popular in Tibet. When Tibetan lamas from 4 major Tibetan schools known as Kagyu, Nyingmas, Shaskya and Gelung, these lamas have visited this island kingdom, island state, Taiwan, and it was again visited by His Holiness Dalai Lama, who came here 3 times in 1997, 2001 and 2009. The Koyasan Shingon sect of Japan also maintains its own practice centers and temples in Taiwan. Some of them historically established during the Japanese period of Taiwanese history, while others were established in the post-Second World War in order to re-establish the orthodox Ascetic Buddhism or Buddhist lineage that was long eliminated during the Shang dynasty.